Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Question
Welcome
the
back.
Answer. You can now find us on Apple as well as
Hooray.
Spotify. Yeah, we did it. We made it to another platform.
Yes.
It only
Yes,
took
go us.
our foot up
Look at us now.
someone's ass to do it. Not a problem. So today we're starting off with some updates from our previous episodes, but then we're moving into two topics. One is about...
Working from home.
Yeah, that's you.
We're going to have some conflicting thoughts on this one.
And then the second topic is we're going back to these companies that are crashing and burning for the political identity politics they are playing with consumers. So quick updates for you. And these literally just landed on my lap yesterday, and I thought they were interesting to put in. So we did talk about AI for a little while. I believe it was 1 or 2 episodes ago. And I thought this little story that came out was fantastic because U.S. Air Force simulation conducted with artificial intelligence operated drone that took out SAM sites with the final decision in human hands turned on its operator. So just to explain to you what happened, in a simulation, this didn't happen in real life, in a simulation, they built a drone that was supposed to attack a target, and when they tried to stop the drone from attacking the target, the drone turned around and killed them. That is the killer
That's
drone
comforting.
from
It is
Mandalorian.
that, what is it called?
Something 11, I don't know.
Yeah, see, it's, coming to a city near you.
And I think that's what everyone's problem with this is if you program something a certain way to not be stopped to attack, where is the limit of who and when and what it will attack?
And that's kind of what we talked about. And that's, I know I talk about Elon Musk all the time, but that's kind of what he was saying.
boy.
Is we are programming these things that are going to bypass human intelligence. I really do think that. And he was saying how that's why he wants to put a pause on all this type of stuff, because look how quickly that can get out of control.
I do not agree with Elon Musk in the fact that he says, but we need a government agency to regulate it. I don't want government regulating anything.
Well, it's nowadays there's no trust in the government for most things. So it's like, why would we add it to this, which is terrifying. I don't know. I think maybe we need to we have enough to worry about today. Like, let's not add AI and drone killers.
I don't know
to the list.
I don't know if you can stop it. Next little update I had, still with AI, Stanford University researchers developed lifelike skin for robots similar to the cyborg featured in the Terminator that can be punctured and heal itself.
Stop.
So their quotes were, we've achieved what we believe to be the first demonstration of multi-layer thin film sensor that automatically realigns during healing.
See, this is Black Mirror. This is what I was talking about.
Similar to human skin, the materials produced by the Stanford researchers can sense thermal, mechanical, or electrical changes around it. The current prototype featured in the study was designed to sense pressure. It's soft and stretchable. Oh, but if you puncture it, slice it, or cut it, each layer, you will selectively heal itself.
What is this? Encanto? With the lady who can...
I haven't seen that yet. Is that how you say it? It's not Encanto?
No, it is Encanto.
What's the big song that came out of, what is it, Encanto?
Oh, there's a lot. There's...
Something with Bruno.
Oh, we don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno. What is that song about?
Well, there's this big family, right? They all live together. All of them except the one has these like powers and this magic to them. And they keep the town running basically. And there's an Uncle Bruno who left years ago because he could predict the future, and he predicted that basically the magic of the family was going to kind of collapse, and they thought he went crazy, and they don't speak of Bruno.
There was a really good synopsis.
Thank you.
Last update is our friends Bud Light.
Bud Light doing great.
No, not really. Memorial Day weekend, they absolutely tanked in sales. So if you went and looked at your grocery store over Memorial Day weekend, all other beers were being sold out. Bud Light was fully stocked. And they were giving rebates. You could buy a whole 12-pack of Bud Light for $3.49 with a rebate. Nobody bought it. So Bud Light sales continue to plunge across the U.S. This is not just a conservative view. This is everybody who's kind of in uproar.
Everyone's sick of it. But you know what? And we'll talk about this in our second segment today. There's still company. You would think a lot would learn from this, but we're not.
Not at all. In fact, it's more, everyone's kind of like, we'll try it. We'll see if we can get it done. So data from Bump Williams Consulting and Nielsen IQ provided to Newsweek, which is a news show on 222 if you're a Spectrum user, show sales by volume are down 29.5%. Nobody is buying the beer anymore.
Do you think they're going to recover?
AJ is shaking his head. Why? You are shaking your head. No?
As a guy, I'm telling you right now, if they've given up this beer for this long, they've got another beer they're drinking. They're not going back to this. And I want to tick off all the women out there because I want you to see what the guys have done to a company and the number one beer brand when someone took advantage of their customer base and did something really stupid. The women have to start following suit. I mean, to me, the biggest thing the women haven't done is how do women's group not line up in the streets and protect women's sports? That's another topic for another.
I have
How do you not stop this garbage?
There was this woman that came out, it was just last week, and she had the most bizarre thing in the world to say about that. She was like, well, is LeBron fair? Is who's the one that got arrested in Russia and then we traded terrorists? Is Brittany Griner fair? Sports aren't fair, so why is the argument to be fair? And I'm like, girl, again, have you ever played a sport in your life?
Turn the mic off. Who gave you
I totally agree with you. Women are the only ones that can stop this, and we're not. We're just letting it happen. Sorry, girls. We're stronger than this. We fought for our place in this world, and I don't know why we're just so easily giving it up.
Right,
and that's what I don't understand either. Women fought so hard to get equal footing and to get their sports groups recognized and trying to get equal pay for those teams, those tournaments, and then this happens. I mean, you're starting to see some blowback across the world right now. They're banning women bicyclists in certain countries. Mm-hmm. You just have to start doing it. I just saw another, funny meme, a reel on Instagram. There's Michael Tyson dresses a woman in a boxing ring.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the poor woman who was going to box. I mean, literally jumps over the ring. But the bottom line is, it's ridiculous, right?
It is ridiculous.
Beyond ridiculous.
But there are a large group of people who do not feel that way, and that's alarming.
I wonder why they don't feel that way. I feel it's like all the people that have never physically competed in their life. I don't know. They enjoyed art class or something, which, by the way, I enjoyed art class. It was one of my favorites. But I also enjoyed gym class. So I don't understand it. I don't understand why women just have to cower into these corners. It doesn't make any sense. All right, let's move on to work from home.
Work from home.
We should have brought our boxing gloves today over this. You have got to convince me of your perspective for working from home.
I will.
So I've never worked from home. Not one day did I work from home, so I don't have a perspective. I just am very judgy about it.
And I feel like the people who are like you, who have never, have that mentality. Like, people are working from home because they're lazy and don't want to get up and get into the office.
That's not what I think. They're not as
productive. They're not.
Well, I think that, yes.
Production is down. Blah blah blah. I am fortunate enough I don't completely work from home. I have more of a hybrid setup, which I think is fantastic. Going from 5 days a week in the office to working from home a couple of days, going in a few days. I have found personally that I have way more of a balance in life. Now, I am a mom of 3 kids. I'm in a different place.
I believe the hybrid scenario is perfect for mothers.
It's awesome.
My sister's in the same
Yes.
type of scenario, and it works.
It works great, and honestly, it really makes you map out your day. Like every minute of my day is pretty much like planned out because you have to get your work done. And I mean, just because I'm at home, like I'm on many meetings, calls, I have projects, but I have to kind of map that out and then coordinate with my kids' schedules as well. But it just allows more flexibility. Like you don't feel like you're killing yourself to race here, race there, get to the office, hop on a meeting. Like it's just there's more balance, and I find it not as stressful.
In my own business, we would get nothing done if we did not sit in front of each other face to face.
Yes.
Plus, as a manager, I'm way more effective in person.
Of course. I think it depends. I think it depends on a lot of things. I think
it depends on the person.
I think it depends on the person, what position you're in. I think it depends on the workforce that you're in, the line of work that you do. Obviously, if you're in a service industry or if you're in construction or any of that, you can't work from home, right?
No.
That's not a thing.
No.
But if you are in IT or if you are working on like project management, whatever, mainly where you're on a computer and working on projects and maybe you're in meetings, but most of your work is on a computer, that's a different story. I do think that.
I would go insane staying home. I did it for 1 month. And I'm not going to lie, when you go back into I was getting anxiety going to the grocery store because I was so isolated for a month. I mean, I remember I would just stand there with the cart, like just scared out of my mind because our grocery store here locally it's intense. People are just running around with their carts. They've cut the corners. You got to get out of their way. It was so much. I mean, so for me, if I don't have that constant in-person, face-to-face stimulation,
it's easy to get.
I get lazy. I get introverted, isolated. I think so. It's not that I completely disagree with you, but I believe that it depends on the person.
Yes.
I think it depends on the position, and not everybody can just work from home.
I think like the hybrid setup, for example, I love because, again, you get to have more of a flexibility, especially if you are a parent and you're literally in 1,000 places at once. And I find myself very productive that way. However, it is nice those few days that you are in the office because you still have that nice mix of being in front of people, making that personal connection, being, brainstorming with your team, all that kind of stuff. So it's a nice mix for me.
But at the same time, being a mom, being home, you can kind of get a couple things done that you need to get done at home.
100%.
So
I think it's a nice balance.
I would sit in my pajamas all day and watch reality TV. That's my problem.
Like my TV's not on until I rest at night, which is 10 p.m. I think as far as working from home, really, if you think about it, or at least from my understanding, before the pandemic, at least people I knew, it didn't really exist. It wasn't a thing, and I feel like obviously. Our friend COVID came and that really shifted everything. I know you guys were different, but like most people was like, you got to stay home. You got to stop the spread. We got to work from home. Don't talk to anybody. So like
slow the spread in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember, I'll never forget that day. It was, you got to go home. We're going to stay home for 2 weeks and then it'll be fine.
I think, if I can interject, I think part of the issue with so many people wanting to continue to work remotely is having had COVID force people to work from home. The money saved by many folks, not waiting in traffic 20 minutes, the long drives, the delays, the food you have to purchase, the lunches, the clothes you would have to purchase to go
wardrobe.
into work. And then also, and companies started doing this 15, 20 years ago, the work environment got a lot more cramped. I'd have to know the guy who created the cubicle.
Oh,
because
that's what I meant.
Let's face it, many folks out there are really lined up one after another. There's no privacy.
It's like almost open floor plan.
So I think the environment of work became cumbersome and annoying and a little bit intrusive. So they had an opportunity to do their work from home. They loved it. And I think now to get them back to that work environment,
It's been too long.
it's like, oh, I hated this work environment.
Well,
Yeah.
we had to make a lot of changes in our office alone, and we did have to spread people out. COVID alone just made humans afraid of each other. Like, we literally were like, look at your neighbor, wave to your neighbor. But we had to spread people
And
out.
if somebody sneezed,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone stop. You hear the
Yeah.
typing stop.
Like,
Oh, I
allergies and colds no longer existed. Everything was just straight up COVID. So, I mean, I can understand that. And in my own office, because they would let us know if they were too cramped. You could tell they were uncomfortable.
But a lot of places, if you're very large, it's hard to. There's not the space to spread people out like that.
Well, there are some places that have like sales organizations, and they literally will never bring salespeople back into the office because they don't want to pay for the overhead because they're supposed to be kind of out of the office anyway. There's lots of companies that have done that. What I had a problem with was like these people that would be working 2 jobs, saying lots of companies found that their employees that were supposed to be working from home were doing like DoorDash on the side or doing things during the day because a lot of companies just had like a check-in thing. Like you just check in at a certain
like you
time and
can't-
your green button stays on and they could go off and
That's
do whatever
the internet's
they
the best
wanted.
with that. When it's like staying active on Teams or whatever, and it's just like a person every now and then going back to their mouse, like making sure
Totally.
they're active. Listen, do I think it is abused? I'm sure. It went from working from home because it was necessary at the time and people were scared for their health, for the health of their families. But, years have gone by now. People have gotten very comfortable with that. And I think now it's just because it's preferred. They would prefer to work that way. And it's kind of hard for companies because I think a lot would like people back in the office, but they also don't want to lose people. So you're trying to...
We accommodated. You had to. I
You
mean, to
have to.
hold on to your staff, you had to. Now, you have a very specific horror story about what your beginning work at home environment was like. I believe it was you, your husband, and your 3 children under the same roof, trying to work,
I'm like,
trying
my
to
eyes
go to
twitching.
school.
I'm twitching
I'm bringing
thinking
up
about it.
memories for you.
It was, well, my husband never had to work. He was like you. He never worked from home.
Okay, so that's one person.
He
out
was
the
in the
door.
type of industry where...
Was he
had
like,
to be
see ya?
Yeah, part of me was
Gotta
like,
go.
you're leaving us in the trenches. Like, and at the time, the twins were very, very little. They were home with the babysitter. So where are they going? Nowhere. And then my oldest daughter, schools were closed and she was only I don't even think she was in kindergarten yet. So, she's home with mommy and I have to be teacher and also work. And it was okay because everyone was in the same boat at first, right? Like, it wasn't like, oh, Megan's home with the kid. Everyone was suffering. And I'd be on calls. This is why I hate turning the camera on at that time because you'd be on a call, right? And like my daughter's little face would just like pop up in the screen. And you're like, hi. And everyone's laughing at you or like, I'll never forget.
Is that why they invented those filters?
Yes.
I can't tell you how many times I've been like, wow, I love your home. And they're like, this isn't my home.
Yeah, it's like a image. Or like my son one point tried to FaceTime somebody I work with and I didn't realize. And I was like, okay, we're here. We are here.
Wasn't it like in the middle of the night too or something?
No, it was just during the day. And I get a text and he's like, I think I missed a FaceTime. Like, I'm not FaceTiming people at work. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Because I was in the office, everything had to go on Zoom anyway because we were doing a lot of networking across the country. But you could tell who was at home because
the chaos.
What they looked like. They were white as a ghost. Their hair was all over.
Yep.
They had crap clothes on. Like, they were just literally rolling out of bed and checking into work at that point in time.
Oh, this is why I love Instagram because so many people were working from home. There were so many hilarious videos, like people having pajamas on and their calls would come in and they'd put on the polo real quick and comb their, shove the snacks out of the way and just be like, hello, Patricia. Like, it just is hysterical.
Well, that's that picture right there where he's got his his blazer on and like no pants.
Oh yeah, you're in like, I just, it's interesting to me because again, it's years have gone by, and I think you can't expect now people to just come back 5 days a week. You can't. I just don't think it's ever going to go back there.
Well, because I believe hybrid will exist forever, just like, not to bring yoga up, but the same thing. Like the studio has to offer in-person and online classes now. Yeah, you have to offer it. Like, you can't ever just take that away.
Well, I feel like now, too, you're seeing a ton of jobs advertised as remote positions. And I feel like there's a lot of people now that have jobs, but they're for companies in other states or other areas. But they're selling it, and they're, as a remote position, and people are going for it because that's what they want.
I mean, I have a friend who is moving from Rochester down to Nashville, not for her job. Her job's all online. She's moving down there to just be near her friends. Because she can.
Yeah. I mean, it's enticing.
I mean, if in our 20s we had that option, like, where would you think we would have ended up?
My friend's sister, younger sister, she works, everything's online. She does everything online. She has traveled to Europe. She has traveled all over the place because she can manage her work online, and she can literally do it from wherever in the world.
So I love how the question was like, what are 3 cons of working from home? And it lists like 14. So,
I have some of those too, yeah.
Increased isolation, home office costs. Now, because people worked from home, the construction industry blew up because people were in their houses for longer periods of time, pretty much all day. Yeah. They were noticing how uncomfortable their homes were and how uncomfortable they were to work in. So construction went into overdrive during COVID so that people could set up home offices, but also make their homes and their living spaces more comfortable. The other interesting trend happening in home building right now is you don't hear about the open floor plans anymore. So, they used to build houses with a lot of walls and separated rooms. Think of Grandma's house.
My house is like that. We don't have an open floor plan.
Yeah. Then the open floor plan was like the legit thing to do. Now it's, for lack of a better term, it's a hybrid. There's a little bit of openness, but there's also more walls being built to separate people.
Paving the way in my old colonial.
Yeah. So
I get it. It's, you want to have your own space and you want it to feel comfortable because that's where you're spending most of your day.
Yeah, and I'm sure relationships suffered because when you're not used to being around someone 24/7 and then all of a sudden they're just there. It's funny when folks first retire. It's like husband and wife just get all
You're like, oh, you're still here?
I can't tell you like how many people are like, oh my God, would he just go play golf? Oh my God, would she please just go to the store or something? like they're just like, oh my God, it's so much. Because it's such a change. Not that they don't love each other. It's just.
Yeah, but you just need a little space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine if if my husband and I were both working at home with the kid. Like,
it'd be a sitcom.
It would. It'd be something. Dateline, maybe. Yeah, it was. I just can't imagine people having to do that. And then you're both trying to be on calls in your own separate spaces. No. How
many times do you think I'm going to try and use this as my mouse? So, there's pros and cons. I think we've covered most of them.
Yeah. I thought I saw something. It was between 2019 and 2021, the number of people primarily working from home tripled from 5.7% to 17.9%.
What years?
From 2019 to 2021.
Well, yeah, duh.
But
COVID hit.
Yeah, but even past, like, when COVID started calming down, triple. I mean, that's a lot.
What are you talking about? We live in New York.
I mean, true.
I still go into physical therapy and people are wearing masks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's going to be around any type of medical facility you go into. Although, I was in urgent care not that long ago, nothing serious, but finally there was a sign that said mask optional, and I was like, for real?
Well, I just went into a doctor's office. I'll give you a hint what it was. It's the worst doctor appointment for a female. We've discussed that, the contraptions they use.
Yes, medieval.
And once again, like, we've discovered AI and we can like melt skin and reheal it, but we can't figure something else out to help with women.
They probably don't want to figure it out. Let them suffer.
I just don't understand why somebody doesn't put their focus and attention on that. Like, it would make so many women happy. Okay.
Who wants that? Yeah, I kind of had the same thing as you.
Your notes are just so amazing, Megan. So there was some funny stuff that came out.
Do you want to do you have videos?
I have pictures.
I have some videos.
My favorite. Do you have a favorite?
I love the ones of parents trying to be real professional on their calls and then kids just busting in, going mayhem, and people being like, oh, I think you're, or like the ones who just completely don't acknowledge that their kid entered
Do you
the
have
room.
a video of it?
Oh yeah, sure do.
Okay.
And they just pretend no one's there.
The question is how the democracies respond to those scandals.
And what will that mean for the
This guy's on the air, live television. Look, he's pushing her away.
So the question then becomes...
She's in a onesie.
All I can think about.
Look,
there's your nanny.
there's your nanny.
Not my nanny, that's my wife.
That's
Oh
my
my
wife.
God.
Policy-
Look at her in the background on the floor trying to close the door.
Yo, all I can think about is your husband wearing that bunny suit.
Right. Look at this one. It's her husband coming out in the background. He's got his back. Look. I mean, it's comforting to know that everyone was just,
He had his tighty whities
Look.
on.
again, live television. Her son
that they want to have
probably asking for a snack.
My kids are here.
So she was home filming that, you wouldn't even know.
This person's trying to do a breathing exercise with people, and her kids in the background, like, throwing up peace signs. Oh. She's like, everyone just stay
Keep
calm.
it. Wait.
Look at her. And she's not even acknowledging.
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, I guess you have an option. Don't acknowledge or acknowledge.
But, like, this impresses me because her daughter is being quiet. Like, she's not.
Well, her
Trying to
daughter's
talk?
being a little shit. That's what
Yeah,
she's
but
being.
my kids would be like, Mom, 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 Mom. Like,
Look, she's trying to block the kid with her hand.
everybody stay calm. And then there's ones with, like, pets coming over the
Oh, can
keyboard.
we please watch a couple of these?
Yeah, sure.
Please, please,
I could
please.
watch these all day long. Look, the cat's, like, butt is just in this.
Thursday morning, a bird
Look.
just flew into my house.
A bird flew into this guy's house.
Well, that makes for good TV.
Now he's terrified. It's just hysterical.
I guess something did come good. Well, let me try that again. Something good did come out of working from home.
Yeah, good comedy.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I noticed too working from home and now everything's I find too, even when I'm in the office, everything is done still through like a Zoom or Teams, a lot of it. And just like the lingo of how people speak now for their meetings is also hysterical to me.
Well, do you think they've gotten to be more real, or do you
No,
think
and I'll show a quick video because
it's kind of like how they used to write emails?
This is how every meeting online starts, and it's like, hey everybody, okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Are we good? Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen, and like I catch myself doing that, and I'm like, please stop.
Can you hear me?
It's
no,
like
you're muted.
This guy's
Hi,
hysterical
Destiny.
because
Hi,
this is
Michelle. Guys, let's give
hands
everyone
down how
one minute
every
to join.
online
I
meeting
think there's
goes.
some people leapfrogging over from the other call, so we'll just give everyone a few more minutes to hop on over from that one. I'm gonna ping Paul while I'm at it, just because I think he might be stuck on a call, so I want to make sure he knows that this one has started. How is everyone?
There's like a
weekend?
disclaimer that goes with every meeting.
Yes.
Or crazy or wild. Yeah.
And everyone's
the
so
weather was
awkward.
beautiful here, so we got outside and we.
Why are we looking at the
had some
side of
desks
his
over
face?
for a
Look at-
little, brunch afternoon, so it was really cozy. Yeah. Sorry, let me just see if Paul is on his way over.
Like no one can ever
looks
just
like
start
there
the
he is. Hey,
meeting.
Paul.
Yes,
we haven't
Paul's
started.
important.
You know what? No, we are waiting for you. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
all
Yeah.
waiting for
let's
you.
Share my screen.
Yeah.
That way we can all see what's happening here. And I am just instantly going to pass it off
Lots
to
of
Renee to
inflection.
get us started here. So Renee,
I can't. It's just.
Do you want to know something else I've also noticed? No, so everyone, when you hang up the phone with them, they do this, bye. Next time you talk to someone on the phone, just notice that you go, bye. It's so weird.
No, the worst is when you are waiting for people to join and you have to make small talk.
Oh, with people you either don't know very
Yes.
well.
And
if you
everyone's
don't want
just
to talk.
like,
So we just started a meeting with some of the people in my office that are in two different territories, and we're now meeting 8:30 every Friday morning. And he's so right. You're so right with this video, because literally every time someone new talks, it's like, nope, so-and-so you got to mute. Nope, so-and-so you got to mute. Nope. Okay. All right. Now, what did you say again? And that is, I guess, how much time are we actually losing?
a lot.
So, like, they have that statistic, like, you spend 8 years of your life sitting at a red light. How many
It's equivalent.
days of
It's
your
gotta be.
life? I don't have anything that's going to top that. My favorite one that I found, and I just put a picture of it, is the lawyer who came to court who accidentally showed up with his cat filter on.
Yes, and he couldn't get it off. I love that one. It's like the professor who turned himself somehow into a potato, and he couldn't get the filter up. And he's like a little floating potato, and he had to try to teach that way.
Like,
I wish meetings could be like that on purpose. I would be so much happier.
see, this is why we can't lose the human element, because you can't
Right?
write this shit up.
You can't make it up.
I mean, this picture, he's going to the bathroom with
He doesn't
his
know he's on the
on.
camera. That's, I mean,
There was a politician, Andrew Brenner, Republican from senator from in Ohio. I cannot talk today because I'm laughing so hard. He's a state senator in Ohio. He decided to debate on a distracted driving law while driving his car.
was he on camera?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Oh,
good times. Yeah, I think
humans, the general public.
the general public is great.
There you go.
Working from home, I think it's going to stay around. I think it's enticing for a lot of people these days.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm hybrid and I love it, and I never want it to change.
I think for moms it's perfect because you guys have because you have to get housework done and work done, and I think that the fact that you can be in the house a little longer, I think is just
Well, it just you optimize more of your time. Like you don't have to worry about the commute. You can
Yeah.
just get right to it. Get your stuff done, and move along. Like I don't know.
and move along. Well, happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
I mean, we did not plan our pink shirts, and I'm wondering how bad it's clashing because you are a
I'm more of like a
purple.
fuchsia.
Yeah, I'm a magenta.
Yeah.
But happy Pride Month. I love Pride Month. I have plenty of transgender and LGBTQ plus people in my life that I absolutely adore
Yes.
for many different reasons. And I don't care about who they have sex with or like
I don't think most people do care, but for some reason, we need to broadcast it everywhere to every person of every age in every city, state across the world. And it's like now, here we are on this week's episode of The Biggest Loser. There's companies that are tanking, and I think everyone's pretty familiar with something called Target.
Wait a minute. Let me break it down for you this way before we get into this, because I feel like I need to clear the air on this. I do not care about most of these things when it comes to if you're gay or lesbian, if you're trans. I really don't care about the stuff in the middle. What I care about is the extremes. I don't think drag queens should be twerking in front of children and performing in front of kids. I don't believe men should be competing in women's sports. I don't care that everything is rainbow this month. I don't. I don't. I mean,
It's again,
look, that's what Lowe's is
But why?
selling right now. Well, they got the rainbow pots. I don't listen. That doesn't bother me.
some of it's almost just like to do it to do it.
Can I just bring up a fact? We have veterans in this country that we celebrate them for
One
one day. But if you have sex with someone with the same genitalia as you get a whole month.
Whole month.
You get a
whole
whole
month.
month. I just find that interesting. But once again, a lot of things in the middle, I don't mind. They don't boil my blood. I'm not going to stomp my feet over. It's when we get to these like extremes of like, why are we doing this? That bother me. And I will speak up against.
It bothers me. See, I think a lot of this is considered extreme because again, you can be who you want to be. I'm all for that. Whatever makes you happy. We don't need to literally shove this down everybody's throats.
So what you're showing right here, I believe this is extreme as well because children don't belong in this
It's the
conversation.
children that's what boils my blood because think about it, especially something like a Target. You know how many mothers, fathers bring their kids into Target?
So let's talk about Target. What's going on?
talk about it.
What's going on with them? Because they're also losing money.
Yes.
Money.
I think as of yesterday or the day before, they're down, 13 billion.
It went up because they went down another 2.14% or something. I got like the updated number this morning.
Okay. So from 24 hours, They're still taking.
9 consecutive days, they
Yes.
are just dropping.
And so I went into a Target when I first heard about this because I wanted to see for myself, like if it was in our own local Targets. And lo and behold, it's like when you walk in.
Is it?
Yes. When you walk in, you pass, usually there's a Starbucks, there's the shopping carts you grab. Right there, it's this whole Pride display. There are Pride baby onesies, baby bibs, baby bags with Pride on them, rainbows. Just, I think one said queer on it. Like, there's T-shirts that say all day dreaming about women or girls, and it's a shirt for a girl.
Let me ask you a question. If you walked up to your eldest, who is how old right now?
7.
6? Oh, 7. Okay. Oh, that's right. She had a birthday.
Yes.
And you were like, are you excited about Pride Month? Would she even know what the hell that was?
No.
Okay.
No. And yeah, I mean, and my kids are at the age, it's like, when they see a rainbow, it's like, oh, rainbow.
That's what I'm saying. So let
know?
me ask you another question. If she was in a store with you shopping for clothes, how would she pick out her clothes?
Bright colors. Fun
Favorite colors?
Yes.
I like the ruffles, mommy. Like, they could care less about this crap. It seems almost...
It's the people that are in charge of this that are messed up in the head that think we need to blow this up and put this on steroids and put apparel out there, bags, any type of accessory you can think of, and slap the word pride on it, or queer, or everybody's equal, like whatever, on kid clothing. That sends me over the edge. You are brainwashing people. These kids don't know anything about this unless you are telling them. They don't know about pride. Young kids, you think someone's buying baby onesies with the word pride on it, you're sick. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just an interesting
It's disturbing.
choice.
And like the bathing suits that they're selling in Target with extra room for tucking. And it says it on the label.
I mean, that's...
Are we good?
Are we good? No,
Look,
we're
that's
not.
the label right there.
Remember, a meteor is just going to hit us.
Good.
And clear this all up for us. There it is right there.
Yeah.
It looks weird. I don't even know why a child would care. Because let me ask you a question. This is all sexual stuff.
It's sexual. Like, pride should... Whatever. Pride is not sexualizing children.
Pride is about who you have sex with. We don't want children to know things about, like, they're not even gone through puberty yet. They don't even understand that. Why would we care? Why would we care if they care? Or why would we be concerned with the fact that we have to validate how people have sex as adults through a child? Really?
I just don't understand. I really can't even grasp how multiple people who are creating these items, who are approving it to go to these large stores, huge retailers, that think this is okay. These children's clothes with all of this on it is okay.
I find it more interesting that they actually decide to take a side here, because that's exactly what they're doing rather than just staying neutral. You're just selling clothes and food, and so there it is right now, $13 billion.
Yep.
After shares dropped by another 2.14% for the 9th consecutive day.
And to AJ's point earlier, things are happening, but more women need to. And listen, this was hard for me because I love Target. I go. It's convenient. There's so much stuff. There's so many kids stuff. I mean, and so this was hard for me because I'm like, it's a store that I visited quite frequently.
But after all of this money is just getting lost, you still have more companies doing it. You have Kohl's.
Yeah.
Kohl's is on the bandwagon.
Adidas came out with a new women's apparel line, including bathing suits, and all the models wearing the apparel are men. It was a man in a woman's bathing suit. That makes me want to buy.
Glamour puts a pregnant...
a pregnant
what are the rules with this
transgender
again?
man, so it's a woman. On the cover for Pride Month.
Who you can see has had a mastectomy.
Yeah. Look at
Glamour.
that.
Can find one woman to do that, huh? Not one pregnant woman in the world.
Yeah, we can't celebrate women who, like actual women who choose to be a woman, who enjoy being a woman.
And I'm saying this because Glamour is a woman's magazine.
Correct.
Girls,
Correct.
we need to wake up. So skateboarder Taylor Silverman asked it best. Why does Kohl's support gay and trans people demanding validation from babies? Why do they want to associate babies with sexuality? There's a very clear oh my God, can you say that word? for me?
Specificity.
For this concern involving children and messaging about adult sexual preferences goes beyond a merchandising movement. Mocking women by using a fake one doesn't promote gender equality or feminism or anything else related to women. But once again, why do we need children to validate the way adults have sex?
But this is like the drag show thing too. Why do we feel the need to have drag queens performing in front of children? Why?
I mean,
To empower who?
Kitty
to do what?
Kitty Demure said it best. You know, would you enlist a stripper or a porn star to influence your child? There's nothing else on this earth that's better for an influence for your child than a drag queen.
Apparently not. I follow Kitty Demure now on Instagram.
Oh,
and he is phenomenal.
I know.
He
I
calls
disagree.
all this stuff out every day, and I'm like, good for you. We need more people like that.
So MSNBC talking pointy heads call everyone boycotting Target a literal terrorist.
Okay.
This is what a terrorist is now? Okay.
Interesting. Maybe we do need some of those AI.
And then this led to a bomb threat happening at several Targets across
I saw
Utah,
that.
Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Side note, is it Utah or Utah?
Utah.
Why are you laughing? Utah.
Who's saying Utah?
It's like, is it Leroy or Leroy?
I think that one people say two different ways.
Utah.
I say Leroy.
All right, Utah.
Utah.
So
I'm from
there was a
Utah.
bomb threat that was emailed in, and they thought that it was, I don't know, a white, I hate even saying it because I don't think it exists, a white supremacist or something like that. It ended up being an angry LGBTQ plus ally.
Of course.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that when you hear stuff like that, that tries to push their narrative that this is how people push hate and this is what happens, they get threatened, it's usually them.
Yeah.
It's usually them doing it. And I'm so glad, and I didn't know that story, Chrissy, and I'm so glad you said that. It was
Yeah,
someone from that
reports.
community.
Yeah, reports of bomb threats made to several Target stores over 3 different states have now been classified as a hoax. So, I don't know. And
Yeah.
there was just.
Are you
this-
shocked?
No, there's this Supreme Court case that just came out about. They wanted to classify somebody burning a rainbow flag as a hate crime. And they actually ruled against it. I don't know if it was a Supreme Court. It was some court ruled against it because they say it's actually a form of free speech. You know? So people can burn American flags
Right.
all day long and get away with it, but you burn a rainbow flag and it's a hate crime. I don't think any flag should be burned. I don't know why we all just can't exist together.
Well, again,
but
it's like people are taking the time to do this, and like, it's just like, it's all over the place. It's in your face. I don't appreciate that. I don't think it's necessary. And these brands, these retailers, these companies keep doing this, and it's like, and you know, the month of June, you're just going to keep seeing more and more of it. I mean, did you see the North Face ad, Summer of Pride ad? Oh, you haven't? Let me show you. Let me just.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life
Patagonia.
homosexual. And today I'm
With
here
the-
with the
with the
North Face.
mustache.
We are here to invite you to come out in nature with us. Wow, this is nice.
This is a real ad.
We like to call this little tour the Summer
do
of
like his
Pride.
outfit, though.
This tour has
Okay,
everything. Hiking, community, art, lesbians making art. Last year, we gay sashayed across the nation and celebrated Pride across the nation.
This almost
with
seems like
hundreds of you.
satire, like this is a
Across
joke,
the
but this is
nation.
a real
This year, we're
advertisement.
back
Wait a minute.
again with
The
two
best
new
line is
spots.
lesbians
Managing
and lesbians
lesbian
making
world.
art.
Because you're there. In Salt Lake City, we're coming for you. Of course! This year, all these fabulous speakers will be coming from inside this TV to a nature near you. So come outside and celebrate the beautiful LGHGTV community.
I can.
Watch.
That's pretty gay.
I can handle this way more than I can handle the Dylan Mulvaney, look at me in a sports bra. See, this doesn't bother me.
But this is a woman's outfit. I don't need to see this on a man.
But they're not.
I don't care that you're gay.
But North Face is not specifically for women.
This skirt and top rainbow ensemble, you think is...
I think it's cute. I mean, if I had...
Or you think a man...
I don't see things like this
is going to buy this.
Don't bother me because this ad is geared toward a very specific demographic. They're not separating man and woman because North Face is. I know a lot of men that wear it. I know a lot of women that wear it.
They're usually not rainbow colored in a skirt form.
I mean, it's Pride Month, so everything's going to be friggin' rainbow. But this does not bother me.
T-shirt. This is a woman's outfit.
I would love to hang out with this person. To be honest,
Patagonia.
With you. Yeah. I mean, I love that this person just left a mustache. Like, I'm gonna do it all up.
They usually do,
but I'm gonna leave the mustache on. That's great. This does not bother me.
I think this is hysterical.
I think you're gonna get a lot of but again, lesbians and lesbians doing art. That is what the ad is like geared towards to me. That
I just think why do we need to use a man to promote what looks to me as a women's apparel, like Adidas.
Great hair.
It's a wig. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's most definitely a wig. I don't need to look at a man in a woman's outfit and then be like, oh yeah, I think that'll look good on me. I don't know. Like, I don't want to see a man in a bathing suit with a bulge and be like, perfect.
You cannot see his bulge.
In the Adidas bathing suit one, you can. Well, and I'm supposed to be, as a woman, being like, oh, that looks phenomenal. I want to buy that immediately.
I don't think this ad is geared towards someone like you and me.
Where's the button?
Here's what this reminds me of. That's why. Because I am all about expression. I don't care. But don't take your outfit and your mustache and go twerk in front of a kid.
What is this?
This was my favorite movie growing up. And you know who showed me this movie was Grandmama. This is
it's kind of Birdcage-esque.
This is Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God. Such a good movie. They're drag queens.
Even that one?
And they travel across country.
Oh my God, stop.
To compete in the ultimate drag queen show. And it's about like the little cha-cha one. I don't know if I can say that.
Patrick Swayze.
Yes, Patrick Swayze, Denzel Washington, and...
Oh my gosh, I've never seen this movie.
I forget the other guy's name.
Yeah, who's this one? Oh, what's his name?
It's not Denzel.
No, but that's...
I have his name in my notes. I mean, look at this doesn't bother me. I loved this movie.
No, this doesn't bother me either. Listen, The Birdcage is one of my favorite movies. I said that last time. This is a movie all about drag queens. Fine. That's completely fine. I'm sure the rating wasn't PG either.
And look at everybody in their audience for their show is adult. So, there you go.
Correct.
Once again, these things don't bother me. That ad didn't particularly bother me. I'd actually like to see it again. But that was like my favorite movie growing up. If you just want to have fun and be you and do you, do it.
I'm fine with that.
Don't find the extreme. Don't places of women. Don't do it in front of kids. Don't expect children to validate your sexuality.
Mind you, before Target came out with their whole Pride display, in the boys section, like toddler boy section, again, before Pride Month, before all of this, I and many people had noticed that they have like this Cat and Jack line, it's called, and there's t-shirts, shorts, leggings, or pants, whatever. All the boys' t-shirts were like very feminine. They had rainbows, cloud with a rainbow, dinosaurs with rainbows coming out of their mouths. Very girly-esque type shirts.
Well, that's why I asked you, when you take your daughter to a clothing store, how does she pick out her clothes? I would think the same thing happens for little boys. So if you want to be what you think is cool and buy your children this, I just don't think your child's going to like it.
And you're putting something on them again at a very young age, because again, this is a toddler section. So I think it goes up to age and size 5. Okay. So what child has any knowledge, unless again you're being told this from birth, that about LGBTQIA, about trans, any of that. Majority, I would say, I don't think do know anything about that. And then you're going to buy these clothes and put it on them. I'm not for it. I think it's wrong. At the end of the day, it's wrong.
I don't think it belongs anywhere near children.
Correct.
I think adults,
leave the kids alone. Well, yeah, because adults, you have the freedom to purchase yourself and buy what you want to put on your body.
And choose.
I'm fine with that. But leave the kids alone. It's getting so out of control.
I mean, Listerine even went rainbow. Once again, I don't have a problem with most things. I just cannot stand these extremes we put everyone through. Okay, one last video for you. I don't know. Do you have any more videos?
No.
I just want to add, when you were talking about that movie,
Tu Wong Fu?
Yes, who the cast was. Wesley Snipes.
That's who it was, Wesley Snipes.
Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, Julie Newmar, RuPaul.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Dr. Channing.
Such a good movie.
I'll have to watch it.
Patrick Swayze was fantastic.
I love Patrick Swayze. I love
I also loved, what was Noxema's name? What are the characters? Wesley Snipes. He is so funny in that show.
He's good too.
Okay, one more video to because once again, I know a lot of these folks in my life, and I love them for who they are. I don't care about the way.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with about the person.
I just am so sick of these extremes, and I'm so sick of us being offended over everything. The conversations are getting so small at this point. We're literally going to have nothing to talk to each other about.
It's so annoying.
And then AI is going to kill us all. So
right. At the end of the day,
as we leave you guys with your thoughts today, we're going to play one last video on the closeout. Also,
I love this part of the
also movie. A very good movie. So thanks for joining us today, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
AJ, you know this?
Rent.
You've never seen Rent?
You've seen Rent. I was so sad when Angel died.
I love that she bought him like a leather jacket. Did she buy it for him? Yes,
I don't know if
she just got money.
Oh yeah, you're right.